Who's your commander?
Good luck.
Equip.
Move to combat. Resolves.
Right.
Now, before you attack
Does
me-
anyone have an answer?
Well played.
Good game.
Hello, Magic Masters. This is Jumbo Commander, and I'm talking to you about the brand new Masters set coming out shortly. It's Masters 25, celebrating 25 long years of Magic. I'm going to look at this reprint set and find out what cards Commander players are most excited about. And the first thing that I'm most excited about over all of the reprints is that new art. Not only the new art, but also all of the great cards that we can get in foil that haven't been in foil before. There are a lot of them, but some of the ones I'm most excited about is Magus of the Wheel, Ancient Craving, Reform, amazing, especially with all those tokens you can get. But my two favorites have to be Ash Barrens and Myriad Landscape. These lands, particularly Myriad Landscape, have been phenomenal, and I can't wait to get them in foil so they can go into so many of my commander decks. And it would not be a section if I didn't recognize the two commanders you can finally get in foil. That's Prosh and Animar. This is going to make a lot of commander players very, very happy. Now, we're not just talking about new foils, but new art. And two of the best cards with new art from the set have to be Red Elemental Blast and Arcane Denial. Now, Red Elemental Blast doesn't have the best new art, but this is a card that you need to play in your red deck, and it has new art, so I thought I'd spotlight it right here. Counter target blue spell, destroy target blue permanent. If you're playing red without interaction, you need Red Elemental Blast. You will play against blue at your commander tables. And Arcane Denial is fantastic. This art is amazing. It's going to look great in foil. Even if you're a fan of the old school art, you want to play this card in Commander because it's an excellent little counterspell. It's easy to cast, it's unconditional, and it does not put you at a disadvantage to the rest of the table. It might draw your opponent another card, but you don't really care about that other card. You cared about the threat that you countered, and you care about your own card advantage. And Arcane Denial replacing itself is invaluable in a counterspell. I also want to toss out there, not a great commander card, but one of the best new arts of the set is Pillage. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Now, there were a lot of legendary creatures printed in this set, and many of them are going to become very affordable, but there were only two that got new art. And they're pretty awesome commanders and very unexpected. In fact, if you've looked at the spoiler, I wonder if you can even think of both of them, because I couldn't. I had to like troll through the spoilers to find the new art legendaries. And they are Isan Shade and Stang. These two are awesome. Look at Stang there in this kick-ass armor, just looking angry with his beard. I love it. And getting the Stang token is going to be really cool as well. And the Shade, man, looking so epic standing there. Now, these are not good cards. They've been downgraded to uncommon. They're definitely awesome cards, though. One thing that's really interesting is that they got new art, but their old art was still really, really good. There were so many pieces of bad art from back in the day, but I want you to take a look at what these guys used to look like. Oh man, look at that old art. It looks so sweet. I like all of the arts on here, but if you're gonna make like an Isan's Shade or a Stang deck, then you're gonna have a hard time picking which art you want to use. All right, that was my artistic digression, and now I'm getting into it, the top 10 reprints from Masters 25. Number 10 comes in the form of Filterlands, Cascade Bluffs, Fetid Heath, Flooded Grove, Rugged Prairie, and Twilight Mire. These are all great, but I think I like Fetid Heath and Twilight Mire the best because black has some of the strictest color requirements of any of the 5 colors. I also like Fetid Heath and Rugged Prairie because, remember, these add colorless mana to your mana pool as well. So if you have an Eldrazi Displacer, then you can activate it with these white dual lands. Number 9 has to be Flash Hulk. Protean Hulk was recently unbanned in Commander, and honestly, I haven't really seen it in very many Commander decks. I kind of want to play it as a value beast. I think it'd be really fun. But what's even more fun is having the iconic combination of Flash Hulk. I think that sounds amazing, and the new art on Flash, I'm just geeking out over it. It's amazing. At number 8, we have Living Death. This is one of the most powerful board wipes in the game, and it was about, $5, $6, and now it's gonna drop down to just a couple of bucks, and this is gonna change the way we play Magic. It's gonna be so good. You guys already need to be running a lot more Graveyard Hate, and with more Living Deaths around, yeah, you definitely need to take that seriously. At number 7, we have Pact of Negation. Pact of Negation is some protection. If you're comboing off, you need a way to protect yourself, and Pact of Negation is a fraction of the cost of Force of Will. But honestly, if you're comboing off, you better have both of these cards in your deck. This is my shout out card to the competitive EDH folk out there. You get more and more Pacts of Negations in your collection. Now, Doomsday did not make it onto this list, even though the art is amazing. It's gracing our background right now. And I know that a lot of the competitive groups love their Doomsdays, but that's just one strategy, one way to win, and Pact of Negation goes in so many decks. At number 6, we have Luminarch Ascension. Luminarch Ascension was not designed for multiplayer. This enchantment comes down early, and unless you're getting attacked every single turn, you will reach the amount of quest counters you need to activate this crazy enchantment. And then it's only 1 and a white for a 4/4 Flying Angel. You are going to take over the game really quickly with this super powerful enchantment. Just be prepared, because you're certainly going to become the target when this hits the battlefield. At number 5, we have our only common on the list. The card is Relentless Rats. Some of you might be screaming at your computers saying you cannot put this at number 5, but I have to say, Rat Tribal definitely needs some support, and the more Relentless Rats there are in the world, the better. This is a fun, janky commander deck, and we really needed this support because Relentless Rats really hits at the core of what Commander is, and that's doing crazy stuff that we wouldn't be able to normally do. And that includes putting 30-something rats into a deck, having a Rat General, some Rat Tribal synergies, and just running over our opponents as we pray that there isn't a board wipe. Coming in at number 4, we have Azusa Lost But Seeking. Azusa is crazy ramp on a creature. She comes down early and lets you ramp to those really high mana costs. Azusa's ability to dump lands onto the battlefield is a great commander strategy. In general, we're not punished for making tons of land drops. That makes Azusa even more valuable, and this art is spectacular. It was only available on a Judge promo that was running 80 bucks. Hopefully a lot more people can feel how good it is to have Azusa on the battlefield and just keep dropping lands. Coming in at number 3, we have Imperial Recruiter. This is one of the biggest money cards of the set. I know it's not going to retain all of the value of the original Imperial Recruiters because there's not a lot of demand for it. It was kind of seeing play in Legacy, maybe, but we're going to love it in Commander. This guy gets Kiki Jiki, and then you can Kiki Jiki the Imperial Recruiter to go get a Pestermite or a Village Bell Ringer. I mean, it's just awesome for combo stuff. It will also get any creature that you can get back with Alesha, which is really powerful as well. This thing goes and gets so many different combos, but also is just a really great value creature. It gets any big creature that's like a 0/0 that comes in with counters. Imperial Recruiter can get tons of stuff, and my favorite thing that Imperial Recruiter can get is Biovisionary. Oh, I love it. The number 2 most impactful reprint out of Masters 25 is Eladamri's Call. It's a very simple card. Green-white instant, search your library for a creature card, put it into your hand. You might think of this as just a creature tutor, but it's so much more because it's instant speed and because it goes directly in your hand. This is not like Worldly Tutor. The one disadvantage is this is 2 colors, so it narrows down the number of decks it can fit in, but trust me, if you want to be searching up creatures, this card is amazing. And finally, we have the number 1 card, reprinted in Masters 25 for Commander players. and it is hands down the best reprint of all of these. We might squabble in the comments about where these things lie or why did I put Relentless Rats on the list, but this card is number one and no one can argue with me. It is Coalition Relic with new amazing art. We needed this so much. Relic is so good. Oh my gosh. So you can play Relic on 3 and then charge it. And then on turn 4, you can ramp up to 6 mana. That's crazy. That's so good. And it fixes while it does it. And by the way, this charge counter that you put on the Relic, this can be abused. Coalition Relic and Atraxa, you add a charge counter, you proliferate that charge counter, then on your next turn you remove 2 of them and suddenly you're ramping even more. This card is great. It has been a classic in so many decks for fixing and it just hasn't been available. We just haven't been able to put it in so many decks, and now the price is going to drop out the bottom and everyone's going to have a Coalition Relic, and we're finally going to be able to cast our spells again with some real great ramp. Man, ramping up to 6 is what Commander wants to do. Oh man, Coalition Relic. Yeah, you're the winner of Masters 25. As I'm thanking my patrons, I want to tell you I'm psyched for Masters 25. I think that this is a great boon for Commander players. We're going to get so many good cards, and it also looks like a really fun draft environment. I love Commander. The other thing I love so much is Cube, and this really feels like Cube. They're not shying away from effects like Armageddon, even though it's at Mythic. They're really bringing up the power level of many of these cards. And there might not be enough color fixing for me to splash exactly how I would like to in Cube. I think this is going to be a really fun set. And people might complain about the EV, but for Commander players, man, we're going to love it because we're going to get so many great staples into all of our Commander decks. And honestly, the EV for a lot of other normal booster boxes, a lot of normal sets, is not that great. You know, I go in and draft Ixalan or Rivals, and I'm not really expecting to get a lot of my money back as I crack open these packs. And so I think we should just enjoy ourselves. Enjoy the cards you get, enjoy playing Commander with them, enjoy drafting this set, and hopefully you guys dodge Tree of Redemption.